Hello, welcome to my channel, Our Fertility Place. Good to see you once again. In today's video, I'll be talking about the outbreak of infertility and how it can affect your daily life. I'll also be narrowing it down to the 6 reasons why infertility is painful. I'm sure you want to know about this, especially if you have friends and families that are experiencing infertility, or if you are in this journey yourself, in the journey of trying to conceive your baby. But before I go right there, I would like you to subscribe to this channel if you have not, and put on the notification bell so that you can get to see more of my videos, right? See you in the next slide. Come back. So I said I will be talking about the outbreak of infertility and how it can affect, or how it has been affecting your daily life, right? So infertility is actually a sensitive subject and people don't really like talking about it. People are always silent about it because of the stigma around it. So today we are going to be talking about the outbreak of infertility. Infertility is a pain that stays with you each and every day. It's like an open wound that is being triggered every day of your life, especially while you are still on this journey. So when you have an all consuming need to have a baby, and you seems not to be able to do that, it is very difficult for you to do that. It can be so heartbreaking, it can be frustrating, it can be devastating, and it can be a lonely journey for you. And that begins the journey of the pain that you will be having. So now I'll be talking about the emotional side of infertility, why it is actually painful, and then we'll be talking about the symptoms afterwards. So now I'm going to be painting a picture to you so that you can actually relate by the time I start to show you the reasons why it is painful. Now, every one of us, right from childhood, some of us have taken the role of a mother, whether by accident or by choice. Maybe we have siblings that we are the elderly one, and we have siblings that we just have to take care of them while our mothers or parents are not around. So you have the privilege to take care of your younger ones. Or this our children drama where maybe you have a big stature and you have been given a role of a mother, and you actually love that experience because of the heart, right? So you can start to develop that need to have your own children, to have your own child by the time you grow up, right? So now, by the time you start to grow up, you observe your parents, how they raise you, you observe your neighbors, how they are raising their children, and you start to notice their mistakes, their failures, their victories, and you make up your mind that you are going to do yours. You are going to do parenting in a different way. So you already have that goal that by the time you are an adult, you're going to have your own children, and then that is if you are married, you're going to have your own children, and then you are going to raise them. You are going to apply those lessons that you have learned. So also, the society also have that expectation on us that by the time you are married, they expect you, in fact they will start looking at your belly to see if you have started growing your fetus, you are already trying to expand or start your family. So it is a very um, interesting journey of um, planning to become a mother someday. And now you have been emotionally tied to be a mother, to become a mother, to become to have children, and it is very difficult with all the trials that you have done, all the treatment that you have done. It is now very difficult for you to achieve. It can be very frustrating and heartbreaking, and that is why this pain is very intense to many of us. And then the shame is also high, because it actually make you lonely by the time you start seeing others having finding it easy to conceive. You feel that pain, right? So that is what we are talking about. The emotional tie that you have with being a mother, naturally it is a natural tie, and it is also a society tie, and even your own desire, the urge. So you have this all consuming need to have your own child, to have your own children, but it is very difficult for you to do. It can be very hard for you to understand this concept, especially if you have spent all your life avoiding to get pregnant, and when you are ready now, when you are now ready to settle down and expand your family, it is now very difficult. So it is sometimes very difficult for you to understand exactly what is going on with you, with your body also, especially if it is not cooperating with you. So now let's go right away to the 6 reasons why it is painful. We have just dissected or painted the emotional side that we have with becoming a mother, and then if we are being deprived of this experience, this status, it is very painful, and I will be sharing 6 of them right away. Now, it is very hard for you to watch your friends having children with ease, like easily. You know, if you are not trying to conceive, it's not going to make any difference whether your friends are having baby with ease or not. But because you are trying to conceive, and it's now magnify the people that you are seeing around. So wherever you go, you see women with babies on the street, you see women with babies in the supermarket, you see women with babies uh, um, in the park, whether you are traveling or you want to board a bus, you see children with their babies, and it is like they are everywhere, and you are thinking that it's easy for these ones and it's not easy for you. So it can be very hard for you to handle, right? So also you also have families too around you asking you if you are doing anything about it, right? So thinking about that, the questions that are always coming from your families and friends, from your friends, and the fact that it is not easy for you to conceive and it's easy for them to conceive, can be so painful and hard for you to take. So it is painful, right? So that's the first reason why it is painful. So the second reason is that most of these people that we are talking about, your families and friends, even your your neighbors, people around you, even the society, they can only talk, but they don't know what you are experiencing. They just believe that every other person, even themselves, they find it easy to conceive, that why should it be difficult for you to conceive. So they don't know what this experience is is impacting or is how it is affecting you. So you hear them advising you, start maybe you need to rest. They will start counseling you as if they are the experts. They just sometimes they will tell you, maybe you need to go for a vacation and rest. Maybe you need to go to this doctor. Maybe you are not doing enough. Maybe you are not, or they can even tell you that you have stressed too much. You need to stop trying to conceive and concentrate on other things. I know I've always said that, but it is not always like that. It is actually a difficult experience for these ones, and most of us, because we are not in their shoes, we are not able to relate with them accordingly, and then because of that, the your action or your behavior or your word actually wound them, and then you trigger many things in them. So those things can be hard on those that are trying to conceive, right? So the third one I'll be talking about is the fact that everything seems to be too much. What that means is that, you know, now you need help and you decide to go to the internet for information. You see many advices, you see many strategies, you see many opinion about it. Even you see many testimonies, those people that have been able to conceive after so many years of trying. Many things, many ideas that are out there, many resources, but yet you are not being able to convert this to a baby. It is actually very hard. It is actually very hard for you, because you implement these things. Other people will say they implemented it and they got results, but when you implement them, strategies, tips, advices, counsel, treatment, fertility treatment, and so on and so forth, you are not still able to get pregnant. It is very hard for them, for you to be able to handle that disappointment. So it make infertility very painful. So the fourth one I'm going to be talking about is the fact that you feel that there is a hole inside of you, like in your heart, there is a hole that you just want to fill up. There is this deprivation that you have, you have that desire to fill up, and that hole is like a hole of a baby. Even though it's one, you just want to fill up that hole with that desire to have your baby, to train your baby, to raise your baby, right? So this hole is always there. It looks as if it is very hard for you to fill the hole. It look as if everything is out of your control. You are not able to just make anything work. So you are in a roller coaster kind of pursuit, because when you decide to see a gynecologist, they give you a fertility treatment to try this particular month. You try it and you are hopeful, and it fails, and you lose hope again. You will want to try the next month again if you are going to be lucky. So it's like a roller coaster kind of a journey, and a hole that you endlessly want to fill, but it is difficult for you. It is out of your control. And the fact that you are not being able to grieve the opportunity that you have the previous cycle, you have not been able to grieve it, and you are having another cycle to try again, can be very painful. So you have a hole to fill. You try your medication hoping that it's going to work, but it didn't work, and you are sad about the disappointment, and already, the time is not waiting for you, the cycle is already running, and you are still hoping, and the same disappointment, and again the wound is being triggered every month. It can be painful, right? So the fifth reason why infertility can be painful is the fact that your body is not able to perform the basic function of a woman. You know, ideally, every woman have a womb, and the womb is for you to carry your own baby. So it is painful to realize that it is not just working like that for you. It is not working like it easily for you, just like your other fellow women. It is not easy. The natural thing for your body to do is going against you. So it is a form of self-rejection. Your body is not accepting your desire. You are not able to do, your body is not able to do what it is supposed to do. Can be painful. So those are the silent or unseen or quiet pain that some women that are experiencing infertility are actually experiencing. In fact, we cannot actually analyze them all because the experience is unique for every woman. So the sixth one I'm going to talk about is that now, if you have been trying to conceive, and then you are trying to, and it has failed, and you are trying to, for a long time you have been trying to conceive, and it has been failure upon failure, then it is, and you are trying to like imagine that, okay, let me move on with my life, let me set this apart and focus on other things. It is actually not easy to imagine yourself without your own biological children. It is very difficult for you to imagine you without your own biological family. So it can be hard for you to even comprehend that you can live your life without your own biological children, and it can be heartbreaking. It can be heartbreaking. So these are some of the experiences. These are some of the pain that those that are struggling to conceive are experiencing, and we need to be very sensitive with this one. We need to be kind with these ones, to not judge them or try to give them advice, because we are not experiencing what they are experiencing. In fact, individually, those ones that are trying to conceive, it is unique for each one of them, because if they are even trying to encourage one another, it always look as if that person is not getting it. That person is not, especially if that person is trying to motivate or encourage the person, it will look as if this person doesn't really understand, because everyone have their own unique way, the way it is affecting them. So these are the heartbreak, these are the pain that some women are facing, some women trying to conceive are facing, and it is actually heartbreaking for them, especially the reasons that we have stated about how they are being emotionally tied to having a child or children. So I believe these have really help you to be sensitive to people around you who are trying to conceive, and then to also be kind to yourself, and then understand where the pain is coming from so that you can cope better more than how you have been. Thank you for watching. See you next time.